Link. At here. Commentary for TCU versus Ball State. Link sent. Boom. Okay. We are now live from our NCBB game of the week between TCU and Ball State. I am joined by Nelphine for the first time with audio. Welcome, Nelphine.
Thank you. Just let me figure out if I can find this game.
Well, it was the first one under the league games for me, so should be there for you.
Yeah, apparently if I just go into my downloads and click on a picture instead of a game, it doesn't open the right thing.
Ah, yes. There you are. Perfect. All right. For anybody who's familiar with this league, TCU is kind of a well-known program. They have, after all, won the last two national championships. They did graduate a bunch of players, so they're retooling. Freshmen would never admit to rebuilding. Opposing him is a relatively unknown program, Ball State. I believe this is going to be their third season. I don't know the coach all that well, but we're going to see what him and his team are made of today for sure.
Stand firm is the first choice on that Ogre. Interesting.
Yeah, I made a comment about that when I played him 2 weeks ago and out of conference. I thought for sure, guard standard, I would have maybe gone Juggernaut since you don't really have a good blitzer to blitz with.
Exactly, and he's always blitzing with that Ogre, so I would have thought for sure Juggernaut.
Well, he always blitzed with the last one, that's for damn sure. Plus strength, block, claw, tentacles, guard, if I recall.
Ogre was obscene.
Yeah. Played a grand total of 4 turns in the championship game, and his team still inflicted like 8 casualties on me. Oh well. Looks like we got Rats on offense.
I'm sorry, is that a strength 4 catcher?
Yes, that is one thing we were going to point out. At the bottom of our screen, we have a strength 4 catcher for the humans. The guy who just caught the ball is potentially the next super rat in the league. He is a double AG rat thrower. Unfortunately, we lost the old super rat when Roto's Skaven thrower bit the dust a few rounds ago. Rats versus humans. Definitely a potential high-scoring game. Both teams have a decent amount of speed. Rats more so than any other team ever, really. But humans are no slouch in that department.
Yeah, that's not a great start, though.
If you didn't see my game last night, the first half, my first blitz was a quad skull, and then I had 2 more double skulls later in the halves. But my opponent, Berea, the Amazon, they had 2 sets of double skulls as well. So it was a very, very unclean game for both sides.
That just sounds like the coaches need to step up their games, clearly.
Could have been. I thought he'd go for the 3-die with the Red Ogre there, but he has the 3-die on the other guy as well. No damage yet, and won't get any when the Red Ogre stands still. Somebody in the crowd demanding a boot. It's not really a good option, though.
It's not a good option. You need to foul.
Just do it anyways. Blitzing with the guy. Okay.
Yeah, why are you blitzing with your Agi 5?
Here's the last guy left. Because you can go down one and then foul the top guy. It's a fair question. Oh, and then he marks the blitzer with him? I mean...
He is going to foul.
He's
got to foul Joe T. He wants to tackle it.
Yeah, it's probably a good call. That thrower can just sit in the back for as long as he so desires. Well, a stun is better than nothing, but... Alright, we'll see what Ball State can do. They actually have decent roster. It's coming along. Let me take a look at it.
Yeah, the lack of tackle could hurt them in this particular game, but they should be able to get out and threaten that thrower pretty badly right now.
And just the one tackle. Blitzers, 2 skills, 2 skills, 3 skills, 2 skills. The strength 4 catcher, as we pointed out. Pretty solid thrower. Ogre with 2 skills. I mean, it's coming along. Nothing special yet outside that catcher. Blitzing with the Mighty Blow lineman. Trying to do some damage.
They weren't blitzing the gutters, though. Always hit gutters if you have a chance.
That's a fair point. It's one of those things that you have to weigh, trying to hit the unprotected AV7 versus the, lodging AV7 gutters.
I suppose he doesn't have any dirty players either, so. Wait, he's not.
Opportunity there to put him behind the. Well, it's still early. You don't have to threaten him.
Yeah, but if you do at least threaten him, then I don't know.
You're right. He doesn't have block or anything, so you send your thrower back there potentially. Not the thrower, the strength 4 catcher.
Yeah, the strength 4 catcher. You pick it up and then boom, you're golden.
He does take out the dirty players, so we probably won't see a foul from TCU for a while.
And he's got a pretty good cage around those gutters.
Yeah. Giving up that block, one at the bottom and a blitz, but not too much contact. Freshman does have several strange skills on his players. You see his thrower back there started with Hail Mary Pass, then got the double AG. It's not a perfect fit anymore, but the one gutter runner, let me find him, at the top, plus AG, block, sure hands. That's all
pass
good.
Block.
Leader, sure feet. Oh, he took pass block on somebody again? Oh yeah, on Mr. Barber. I mean, extra arms plus pass block may not be terrible.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
He's taken pass block on gutters before. He seems to like having the tool. Most coaches don't. It actually helped me a little bit last night with my chameleon skinks against the Amazons when they needed a pass. But
right, and I would take it for free on starting players. I don't think it's a terrible idea in chameleon skinks, but spending points on it when most coaches avoid passing like the plague, I don't know.
That's true. If he was in the SMAC, where teams like Hawaii, coached by Apojar, would throw the ball every turn, it might have more utility. Ooh, another set of double skulls.
That's a good stand firm. And it's not something I normally like on human blitzers, but it worked there.
Yeah, it's a hard skill to have on strength 3. Strength 4 makes a little more sense. I think Baz and I were talking the other day in chat. Stand firm versus sidestep. The time you select stand firm, you'd rather have sidestep, like when you get blocked, and the time you chose sidestep, you'd rather have stand. It's one of those things where you can just never seem to win. Apparently, Apojar is watching, and he says pass block is the devil. I can imagine why he wouldn't be a fan.
Yeah, he would think that.
But I believe he took safe throw on his thrower, if I recall, so...
Yes, he did.
Kind of neutralizes that.
I was surprised he didn't put the rat ogre next to the 2 linemen instead of just the 1.
Yeah, there's been a little bit of curious placement. The guard stand firm blitzer up top could have gotten behind that gutter in contact with another rat as well, the previous turn, but...
Yep, exactly. Like, there's just a bunch of little things you sort of go, okay.
Now the rats are farming SVP shamelessly. Also, that's negative passing yards. It's not going to impress
has
our...
nothing to be afraid of.
Yeah, it's not going to impress our third wheel. Always going for the 2-die with the gutter. And just pushes. That is the thing about stand firm and sidestep. You swear they're just push magnets. Like, you want to blitz a blodging sidestep gutter, but for the love of God, he always seems to just get pushed. Or especially if I ever get doubles on a Saurus and decide to go dodge. Always people roll pals against him.
Absolutely. And Saurus are one of the few things that I like picking up the dodge on, because the team has so much other dodge, you have to force your people to take tackle and choose what to do with it.
True.
A lot of other teams I don't bother with the dodge on a double, but
I would consider blitzing through the Rat Ogre here and sending people towards the ball.
right, but that's what I mean. Like, he should have done it last turn, because then this Skaven would have had to have done something that round, and that stand firm would have been a huge thing.
I mean, you could also try to get a 3-die on that gutter right there pretty easily. You could put the Ogre in between the Blitzer and the Rat Ogre.
Yeah, and then you get 1-die,
through there.
hope to get lucky on the Rat Ogre, knock it down, and blitz the gutter this turn.
Nope.
No, he's not doing it. He's not going for the risky go after the ball plays.
Oof.
Wow, that sucks.
I wouldn't have burned a reroll on it, as tempting as it is. But that is just unfortunate.
Right, but he's not going for threatening on the ball. It looks like he's playing to let's hurt the rats while they're mucking around.
It's a pretty standard anti-rat strategy. I mean, the thrower is a D5. The gutter back there is still a movement 9 gutter with dodge. But, you know, some pressure is better than no pressure.
That's what I mean. Like, right now, you just do something to force the rats to have to make a decision.
Oh, apparently Roto is tuned in on his mobile phone. He wants to see dead rats. Well, if you just want to see dead rats, Roto, just watch a replay of any of your games. But got him.
Wow.
Too soon?
That was cruel.
Too soon?
And he's playing Underworld. We need to support him. We need to say, Roto, you are amazing. You never have any problems.
I mean, I try to cheer for his team as much as possible. I fluff up Super Rat, even though he was wildly underproductive. With a bunch of, goblins supporting him. So it's not the best environment. Oh, and Apojar points out that Hawaii and Air Force are playing this week, next week, whatever the case is. They're set to go. I don't think we'd see many dead rats or goblins in that game. Hawaii's not really known for their punching prowess, but you never know. Oh, a forward pass this time. And of course he drops it, and he burns another reroll when there's really no way for the humans to get to the ball.
So the other thing to be aware of is with the BB's ratings, Underworld are currently in the lead just because of the massive boost that Underworld get and the fact that they take a lot of blood in their games, both cause it and receive it. So he's been doing so much that even though he's not necessarily got a lot of wins, they are good games to watch.
Oh, they're very entertaining. You're definitely going to get some blood. There's some funky players there with all the mutations you can get. I can certainly see why the ratings would value them.
The only person that compares right now is Duke because they're beating the crap out of everybody they play against.
Yeah, because Zarek has that lizard bash down pretty good.
Yeah. So this looks like he's trying to... I don't know, I think he's still just trying to hurt the rats. I don't think he's going after the ball.
If he can encourage them to score, turn 4, turn 5, you still give yourself enough time to score before the half to tie.
Yeah, but arguably right now they're not in scoring range.
This is true. You're not really forcing the issue either. Roto declaring that Duke is evil, and I think most of us would agree.
I disagree. Duke is amazing, and they should have won at least 3 bowls by now.
I think you play them week 4 or 5.
I'm playing them week 4.
4, okay, that's a big one.
Or week 4 of the conference, which is week 7.
Correct. Roto says they deserve to face off against Renegades, team filled with Claw Mighty Blow.
Well, they get undead with 5 Mighty Blow and a dirty player instead.
Yeah, I was gonna say we don't have many of those Renegade teams running around anymore. I mean, one of the few teams that can get Claw Mighty Blow is Rotos, but they don't seem to live very long.
No, they don't.
As much as Freshman has accomplished the last few seasons, I will say he is a bit liberal with his re-rolls, and that's why he's down to 1 at the halfway point of the first half already.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised. A couple of teams in NCBB do not have as many rerolls as I would expect, but I realize Ottawa's been kind of ridiculously lucky in that regard.
Right. Oh, sorry, Roto. We know you try your best. It's just, Underworld's a pretty big handicap. That's a good placement for the Ogre.
That is a very good placement for an Ogre.
Until I remember that catcher is strength 4, so he's almost as strong as it.
Yeah, but he still has to knock it over instead of dodging out to do something like take the ball.
Fair point. I don't have all the records in front of me, but Duke obviously is rolling, and they could be a favorite for Charlie. What's up?
Hey, gentlemen, how are you doing tonight?
We're good. How'd your game end up going?
Well, he managed to pull off the draw on turn 8 with a 5+ Rotter pass that scattered 3 times to his Beastman in the end zone for the draw.
That's an amazing.
It was one of those things like I was like, well, I think I've got his Beastman bookend, and so he's got a 4+, 3+ dodge to get out of there. He does that. I'm like, well, okay, fine. And then the Rotter goes and picks up the ball. I'm like, well, okay, fine. And then he throws the ball, and I'm like, well, that was the game. And then I go through the scrolling, and I see that was a scattered pass. Son of a gun, that's even worse.
Classic.
Yeah, so a bit of a kick in the groin, but it's not a loss, and I actually didn't get as hurt as I thought I would against Nurgle team. So not a bad day. I thought I was going to come out with a win, but a draw is not as bad as a loss, we'll say.
This is true. Also, Apojar, despite the fact that ball traveled north about 6 squares, he only went forward 1 square. So settle down. Like the passing isn't threatening your records. Okay, just settle down.
Oh, I didn't see that line rat. I was wondering how he was going to protect that ball.
So we've got TCU here versus some random human team, huh?
No. Their ball stayed. They're reputable. I didn't forget. I didn't forget their name earlier.
I thought. Well, I actually could screenshot that if you want. XCon.
No, I can edit that real quick.
Is it just me, or does he have a really good blitz on the ball right
now? From
the super catcher.
He'd have to wiggle his way around. But instead he takes up on the Red Ogre. Just foul the Red Ogre at this point. You're not going for the ball, clearly.
What were you thinking with that blitz, Oppo, out of curiosity?
Just take the catcher, dodge for away from the Red Ogre, take 1 GFI and hit the ball.
Even the catcher is strength 4. And the ball is unprotected relatively. Just dodge.
Right, you would have had a GFI left to pick the ball back up.
It was certainly an available move to make. Chose not to make it. I don't think
You think dodge into that tackle zone, or?
I think he was going to go around,
I guess I'm not seeing it.
Around the bottom.
That would have been 2. Oh, no, move 8. I'm sorry, I was counting wrong. I was thinking somebody else. Okay, move 8. Sorry, 1.
Okay, so he's just going to threaten the ball and make him score next turn, which is fine. Gives yourself 4 turns to equalize. And TCU is down to 1 reroll. I am surprised they only run, 3? They used to have a leader reroll and a thrower, if I recall. Unless he's on the bench right now. Nope.
So what kind of year we got looking for TCU right now? Seem to be pretty edge 5 gutter. That's nice.
Edge
And
5
leader.
thrower too.
They're always a threat.
I'd almost consider rather just throwing the 1 die with that line in because the rat's more likely to break than you guy is. Marking the gutter with dodge doesn't do a whole lot.
No. He doesn't even have a tackle on him, kind of thing. I mean, that's a free score almost.
Yeah. Let's see. Roto has a question. Can non-AQ teams throw down rivalries towards established teams? Technically, yes.
Tell Roto I accept his rivalry. Oh, wait, no, hold on.
We encourage non-AQ teams to find somebody on the field that they had quarrel with or a good game with or whatever the case. But if for some reason you see a big program that's got, you got an issue with, then go for it.
Where's the veggie burgers? Get them in the plan.
I don't know. It's your job. What? Veggie burgers. I don't know how to do that. Just get them.
Freshman playing it safe before scoring, perhaps?
Yeah, makes sense. That way that blitzer can go after anybody that does get the ball.
If something bad happens, yeah.
Not that I see anything bad happening, he's going to score.
I've heard about crazier things from games just happened recently.
Oh, absolutely, but still.
There you go. And done.
Roto says, just thinking if I do retire my mutants, I'm keeping the Air Force name. Fair enough. Who would you want to have a rivalry with, Roto?
Coach O.
I don't think Roto's had the pleasure of playing him yet.
Yeah. He's social skills aside, he's a solid coach. I mean, he doesn't play a bad game and complain about stuff. I mean, he plays a solid game, but I mean the chatting aspect and the camaraderie just doesn't seem to be there with him.
Yeah, not everybody's a fluffy, cuddly bear. Sometimes you got a little, Porcupine's got some little spikes on it, but deep down he's like a little, soft, low, squishy mammal. He's got to get past all the pins.
But don't play orcs if you're going to do that. Orcs are
Thank you. Yes, it was.
If he wants to play Chaos or Nurgle and get claws and kill everything, that's fine. But don't play orcs.
Don't play AB9. Ugh. Boring. No, I give him crap because he's an orc coach, but he's an LSU fan. And for years, orcs were a very thematic fit for LSU. But this year, obviously, they were more like high elves or something. And he's still playing orcs, and his name is Coach O after the coach of LSU that just won the championship, scoring like 60 points a game. So, always got to give him a little bit of crap for that.
Yes, you absolutely do.
I'm probably guilty of that as well because I don't think Wisconsin really fits the Skaven play style. I should be probably playing orcs or dwarves, I suppose, but I kind of loathe both of those teams. So
good man.
So with this 4 turns, do we think Pedal Warfare can actually get a touchdown and tie it up?
Oh, absolutely. He's got plenty of time, I would think. I mean,
plenty of time. Strength 4 catcher, an okay thrower who's up top instead of in the backfield for some reason. I guess he wants to get that completion. Okay, now we move in. Waagh called us hoe bags, but he is joined now.
It seems like a kind of strange defensive setup for TCU. Is this something he usually does? I'm
always runs this setup. He does have his kicker, which is good. I remember this is in the Skaven playbook.
Okay.
If you see it on the Fumble site, it's called shooting. It's called shooting the gap. You have your setup like this, which forces the opponent to either mirror you or go the opposite direction, and you're hoping to scoot around the side they leave unprotected.
It's a variation on what I do, except that I try not to make it quite so easy to get in my backfield with a cage.
Yeah, I think the best option for the humans here, you try to want to take as many turns as possible, but you don't want to move the ball downfield because they do have gutter runners that can get to a ball carrier. There's the wrestle, tackle, strip ball, obviously. So the best thing to do is move people into scoring position, kind of like a sideline cage, like Els would do, and then throw it to him when the time is right and score on your turn.
See, I agree with that, but this is kind of why I'm concerned about Pedal Warfare actually scoring. He hasn't been super aggressive, and TCU is absolutely good at getting that ball back.
Throw him in a frying pan. Just frying pan on like 5.
I do appreciate that he didn't go for maximum line blockage and spread out a bit. I don't know if he does that for most teams, but that's definitely something you do against rats.
Nah, go beat the crap out of the rats and build a cage somewhere.
Now, this is the action I would wait on, but...
Oh.
Yeah.
Whoopsies.
That's not good.
That's terrible with an Agi5 rat around. That,
Oh, yeah. You can clear that out easy.
If you are going to go for the skill up throw, rather, you have to do that deep in your backfield.
I'm actually surprised he blitzed with his blitzer there as opposed to hitting the blitz on the catcher who was marking the ball.
Right. He did have a 2-dive with the linos, it looked like.
Yeah.
Now, those are skillless linos, so...
actually, you know what? He's got guard on the line there, too, so it wouldn't have been 2 dice unless you...
You could have worked around it by hitting the blitzer first, but that's a lot of dice, there, so maybe just relying on AG5 for a 2+ pickup works. Also, Waagh, Roto says you are, in fact, the hoe bag.
Yeah, I think that was pretty clear. Waagh saying about the hoe bags thing, because I know he wasn't talking about me. Because I gave him the glorious acronym of Waffle House, because he's got the most ridiculous name in this league. We just had to shorten that.
So says the Lord of Waffles. Going for the pass. Well, not shocking. This looks like
pass lets him get it out to one of the other ones and then get that one safe.
Yeah. Another backwards pass. Apojar's happy.
Does that count negatively against passing yards, out of curiosity?
Yes, it does.
Yes, it does.
I think you just kind of run away with this point and protect a 1-0 lead, yeah?
Somebody in chat pointing out that they've announced Blood Bowl 3. Interesting. I got Blood Bowl 2 on console and, played the campaign, but the computer was just so slow. It would take a minute before doing its turns.
Did you put them in a pan?
So do we think that TCU can score again?
Before the half? Moving the ball that far back makes it a little more difficult. But maybe.
I think at this point you kind of hope that they try and overcommit with their front, and then maybe that blitzer that's up marking the strength 4 catcher gets a little free, or the guy that's running through the line.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering if they would do, is just throw one gutter up there and hope.
Yeah, I would blitz him down, and never mind. I was going to say, you can generate an extra block if you don't take him down by pushing him into the thrower, but that option's off the table. Something I've tried to do more and more since I've started playing Corn and using Frenzy on all of my teams if possible is generating extra blocks.
Yep. It's definitely something that watching out for is important. Doesn't always happen, but it's good to notice. I'm not very good at it yet.
Frenzy is one of my favorite skills, but it gets me into far too much trouble.
I love Frenzy, and every single time I go to give it to a player, I'm like, but I might want to blitz somebody next to the ball carrier, and then they'll be next to 47 people, and I'll fail the second block.
You can't think that way if you're Frenzy, because you're Frenzy. It's
exactly.
Just, I kill everything on the first block, and then I get to go base somebody.
Exactly.
Yep.
Okay, good KO. I actually had a sequence. It was right before the half last night in the Cal versus Berea game, to where instead of just being able to blitz one of his 2 Amazon blitzers, I was able to hit both of them, and I was able to KO one of them going into the second half, which was a nice little bonus for pulling that off.
Freshman just noticed the strength 4 catcher.
What did you mark at him earlier?
I think a drug test is within reason.
Well, I think they put the strength 4 on and just didn't realize that it was a catcher.
Right.
That's probably
Yeah.
true. Other than the fact that Freshman has had quite a few questionably steroid-enabled players over his last few years. I mean, just in theory, that Rat Ogre can only take mutations on doubles, so if he had plus strength, block, claw, and tentacles, that's 4 doubles or... No, well, 12 is a double 2, so I don't want to hear anything about steroid usage
right?
from Freshman.
Dear Lord, that Roger was... I was struggling with my Roger last year, and I just... Seeing him with his, like you said, plus strength, block, claw... Good
Tentacles
Lord.
gone.
Didn't you... Yeah, goodness gracious.
That was actually a pretty good foul by the rookie thrower who failed the pass earlier. Although the catcher failed the catch, not really the thrower failing the throw. Either way, he didn't skill up, but he KO'd the only gutter rudder in scoring range currently, so probably a good trade.
Well, he's got 2 turns to get... Who is that? Alex Delton?
Yeah.
But he's got enough defense back to make it difficult. No, I think you just sit back and he can't get to you, so I would just pull everybody back, basically.
Yeah, you don't really need to score, per se.
No, I would pull everybody back defensively and just go into the half 1-0.
No, surely you run at least your gutter forward to try and score again.
Doesn't look like it. I think I would have, because he doesn't have a lot of tackle or mighty blow. And the best he just generated was a 1 die.
As to Waagh, I mean, to getting him, he'd have to to get the gutter into scoring position. I guess he could dodge him backwards and then run him forwards, but then he's in range of he's in range of a tackle blitzer if he goes south. Or if he goes north.
There's going to put him in scoring range.
There was probably no way to keep him completely protected, but...
Yeah, I might be pixel hugging a little bit too much, and it's not even my team. Oh, well, there you go.
I mean,
there's a guy that's in scoring range.
Technically, yeah. No,
well, the good thing about that is it forces the humans to blitz that player instead of somebody important.
Like the guy with the ball.
Yeah. I mean, technically that catcher could probably reach him. Although he couldn't score, he's 1 short. Unless you come around the back and chain the Rat Ogre, but then you couldn't blitz the ball, so... Oh well.
Well, the humans still have 2 turns, though. They just
Oh,
need
shit, you're right.
ball.
Yeah, they just need the thing you have to score with. A severed rat head.
Yeah, they just have to put somebody out there into blitzing range. Like, I'd be throwing the strength 4 out into scoring range.
Okay.
Sure.
So he can't get hit this turn, but you could definitely get the blitzer and the catcher back there.
Can certainly threaten for next turn, but if I'm TCU, I'm not overly concerned because I think that wherever he threatens, I can always just skitter away with my rat and then do
direction,
run the other direction and then just open grid pass somewhere else and really make it toughy,
Right, but having that strength 4 catcher means you just throw him in the middle. Doesn't matter where it is.
He can
You
reach
can bring
both
him down.
sidelines, yeah.
Yeah.
The end of your game, Charlie, reminds me a little bit actually the end to my game with UTEP last season, back when they were the senior class.
Yeah.
Like final turn of the game, it's 1-0 in favor of me, but he gets a fortunate dodge out, pass from one Pestigore to another Pestigore or Rotter or something to tie the game in the last turn. I was like, damn, Nurgle that can pass the ball. Dangerous.
Yeah. That's, I mean, I was like, it was a great game. Really enjoyed it. I actually got extremely lucky because my armor held for the most part. Couple stuns, couple KOs. Nothing really bad until the second half where I got, he killed my star player, whoop-de-doo kind of thing. And I think he strength busted a 0 skill line rat kind of thing. So, I survived the game for the most part.
Right.
But to have the win in my hand like that, and then it to be a 4+3+ dodge, 3+ pickup, 5+ pass, miss the pass, scatter 3 times right into the arms of the guy who was in the goal line. It's like, yeah, fun to see it happen. I enjoyed it. We laughed kind of thing, but it's like, no.
Missed opportunity.
Right.
No humans in scoring range.
Yeah. Oops. Yeah, he's good.
Well,
the game's his.
That ogre boneheading blocks your blitzer from going through that gap, and then your catcher failing doesn't help either.
Yeah. Get rats safe and chalk it up.
Okay.
Yeah. You could maybe, if you wanted to get really cheeky, try and surf that blitzer.
Oh, I'd do it.
No, he's got stand firm. Never mind.
This is why you need Juggernaut on the rat ogre. Not that he's in range, but...
Oh.
He's going to foul the blitzer? You do have 2 reserves still, but... I don't know.
Well, who cares about reserves? Oh, wait, it's only first half. My bad. I'm sorry. I thought it was the second half.
He does only have 1 tackle, so yeah, if you're going to foul something, that's probably the way to go.
Got 2 assists on him.
Yeah.
I'd take that shot.
That is your kicker, though.
And 1 of your block pieces.
Yeah. You do have a reroll left. You could try dodging the guy up top out who's prone. Just be a 4 and a 3.
What are you trying to do?
Foul that tackle blitzer on the ground.
Foul the tackle blitzer. Now with 3 assists. Yeah, that's what he's doing. Stomp.
He does use the kicker. Who's ironically not good at kicking. Yeah, I guess you can vanity.
What in the hell?
He can vanity pass because the humans don't have anyone in range. That is a great point, Nelphine. I am a human in real life. I never want to play one in a game. That is true. In fantasy RPGs, I usually do like an elf or a lizard or something that's not human.
I don't think I've... Yeah, right? I don't think I've played human... I don't think I've even built a human team in Blood Bowl, and I've never played human in like D&D or anything like that. It's just like, why? Every day I'm a human. Why roll dice as one?
There it is.
Lots of chances to kill that gutter.
Yeah.
There he goes. Oh, no.
Aww.
See? And now he's got the ball. And anyway.
And he could have scored, but...
Well,
all right. I got to take the second half off, gentlemen. Have a good night.
thank you, Charlie.
Thanks for chatting for a little bit.
Catch you next time.
Cheers. Bye.
All right. So ends the first half. We have a 1-0 lead for TCU. They've got 12 players at their disposal, 13 for the humans. TCU will be kicking, and looks like they will flip their defense to the bottom side of the field.
And TCU is missing their ball stealer. That's actually really important.
The wrestle tackle strip ball?
Yeah,
So
that could actually help Pedal Warfare a lot. But I don't think he's playing aggressive enough. I think he's going to have a lot of problems.
Well, things changed drastically after that failed catch. All of a sudden,
Right, that's
TCU
what I mean.
stole the ball, but
He's not risking his strength 4 catcher, and I understand why you don't want to risk it, but if you're not going to use it, then you're not getting the benefit of having it,
true.
right?
It's not like TCU has a lot of monsters who can hunt it down like their blitzer who just graduated. Does freshman even have a tackler?
Yeah, the one that's
KO'd.
no, he doesn't.
Yeah, the one that's KO'd is the only one. So, yeah, I mean, you could be a little more aggressive with that. I mean, what, movement 8, strength 4, AG 3, AB 7, blodger. It's pretty good.
Yep, and sidestep, like it's huge.
Waagh, we talked you into playing humans for your own good.
No, it's totally for our own sake.
Our-
I wasn't
our
part of it
entertainment.
at all, but I am sure that the people who did it for their own amusement.
We would never. I think you could get away with putting more people on the line here to try to hit the linos, but wait, are you saying break tackle is a bad skill, or are you saying you will learn that it's a good skill from playing lizards?
No, my first 100 games with lizards, I was under the impression it was a terrible skill, and so I never took it. And so I had to play lizards without break tackle, without knowing I was really hurting myself.
Yeah, I mean, you could definitely teach yourself how to position well and make sure to keep a Saurus or two free. But dear God, not having a break tackle is... Oh, it's terrible.
Yep, it was something else.
Okay, I don't know who this guy is. I need him to apologize for that. How does a team with a bunch of strength 4 guys and a bunch of movement 8 little stunty guys, a boring team? You can bash, you can move fast, you can do crazy... Like, I had a sequence that saved me last night where I literally had to stunty 3+ dodge 3 times in a row, -2 die, a blodging Amazon with the ball, push it into like the sideline, so I was going to surf it, but he decided to go down, and then it scattered to me, and I got the touchdown. But you can't do that with normal players.
Nope. I mean, that's literally, Lizardmen are why I play this game. They are the team that got me into this game. If you go read the Shrieking Bloodstorm's awful, terrible backstory, I mean, you'll cry if you ever look at that. But if you do, that's why I'm in the game.
Fair enough. Also, you're not setting yourself up with a 3 die for your ogre, which is optimal.
Yeah, but at least he's doing the ogre last, so if it falls over or whatever.
Yeah. So now you're taking the block away from the ogre, so you're not getting as
Yeah,
much
there's no
out of
mighty
it.
blow there. What is this?
I mean, Waagh is right. When you're missing a Saurus going into the game, like I was against Berea, and then you get one killed on like turn 4, it's tough.
Yeah, that happened to me, and I think it was the Fumble Cup. Trying to play against some really huge team when you only have 4 or 5 Saurus to start, it doesn't work.
Yeah, I played Brasky's Mid-State Orcs a couple rounds ago, and he KO'd 2 of them within the first 3 turns, and the rest of the half is just a nightmare.
Yeah, I mean, lizards are absolutely reliant on having all their Saurus, and as soon as they start losing them, everything goes downhill so fast.
Now, if you do have a deep enough team, you can put a surprisingly decent offense together with only 3 to 4 Sauri.
Yes,
because
absolutely.
the skinks are so freaking fast.
But you end up playing like Pro Elves, where you just have to score right now, and then you have no defense, and your opponent scores anyway.
True, but it's better than some teams who, when they're down, they just can't do anything.
Very, very true.
Like humans. I'm kidding, Waagh.
Humans have the same problem even when they're not down anything.
Alright. Freshman sets up a 3 die with his big guy. And gets
Blood.
rewarded with an injury.
First real blood.
Also, very aggressive apothecary usage. You saved your guy from a miss next game, but it's turn 1 of the second half, and you're not going to get that guy the rest of the game unless you score relatively early, which it doesn't seem like he's inclined to do.
But it's his tackle player, which means if it does happen, that's one of his only chances of being able to come back.
Fair.
I think it was a good Apo. Jar.
Oh no, if I was like lizards here, this is definitely grounds for a 1-1 draw. Baza does tie from time to time, but there's just some teams where you can't go for 2 scores and a half with.
I don't know. I tried to teach myself. I played a lot of Nurgle in the black box for a long time, and I tried to teach myself how to score twice with Nurgle in one half.
It's definitely possible. I think it's just so hard to stop rats from scoring, especially when you only have 1 tackler and your team is still in their 3rd year.
Oh,
So,
agreed. In this case, yeah, I agree with you in this case.
Yeah.
I just mean in general. Sorry.
Yeah, I mean scoring with teams in 2 turn and twice and a half is not the issue. Stopping the team so you can score twice is the issue. Okay, so he hands off to the strength 4 guy. It's kind of good to cage, threatening to surf at the bottom. You haven't really moved the ball forward at all, and now the rats can stack defense. And the freshman can just 3 die whomever he chooses. Looks like that poor son of a gun. And if you do not take him down in the first block, you can move next to the catcher. Or, I mean, you can just follow up there naturally anyways. Okay. Yep, so the humans kind of hemmed in currently, but they can definitely still reverse field if they chose. Still there, Nelphine?
Yes, my roommate walked in and has been distracting me and trying to convince me that my voice doesn't match anything.
I just thought I saw you left the spectator.
Apparently I did. I lost my connection. I'll have to rejoin.
Okay. Not really missing a whole lot. Both teams just repositioning for the battle to come. Oh, here's a foul. And a seriously injured human Lino.
I missed a foul? Somebody cheer for me.
Okay, I got it. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 humans. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 10 rats. Definitely still manageable. You have your ball in a strength 4 catcher's hands. You have no real hurry to score.
Yeah, but he's just going to sit there and slow it down to a 1 square per turn thing unless he breaks out somewhere.
Yeah.
He could stop this.
Okay, now the numbers are even.
That helps. I think he definitely needs to go and base a whole lot of rats.
Yeah, I think being more aggressive with marking would work because, I mean, strength 4 ball carrier, it's hard for him to generate a decent takedown attempt with his specialty gutter runner out still. And you're right, the stat columns prevents any kind of breakthrough blitz unless you want to risk some dodges with a agility 3 guy.
I don't know. I think the humans are in trouble. I don't think it's impossible, but I think they're in trouble.
Uh-oh. Rasmus making declarations in the chat.
That's not a declaration. That's awesome. Rasmus wins. Like, he's the winner of this whole week.
UTEP is very proud to announce that they recruited Glart Smashrip in their most recent game. Glart decided to adopt a less ostentatious name while being enrolled in school and asked that everyone now address him as Zachary Dirtyfield. He'll be taking the field with the team the next game. Very nice. That must be the star that Charlie mentioned bit the dust.
Yep.
I'm glad Rasmus has the cojones to try to run Nurgle in a league like this, because it's certainly not an easy team to run with graduation. But he seems to enjoy the fluff, seems to have some fun, so I'm happy for him.
Yeah, I mean, the league is built to kind of be against teams like Nurgle and favor teams like Elves.
Mm-hmm.
But the only problem with playing Nurgle is if you do it really well, everyone doesn't like playing against you. Like, I've seen multiple leagues that collapse because the top end is all claw. And of course in this league you retire them, so it's not as big a deal, but it's a style that not everybody appreciates.
I played him last season when his team had all of his seniors and all of his positionals were good. It's a nightmare. Like, my team was just on the ground the entire time. Fighting against high TV Nurgle. Ugh.
Yeah, actually, it's why I don't play my black box Nurgle anymore, because I didn't find it fun with how my opponents reacted.
I can see that. All right.
I mean, to be fair, I was playing because I built the team in CRP, so I had, what was it, 3 legends and it was 1600 TV. But
you're one of those guys.
Well, this was in CRP era. Like, there was only so much you could do, right? And so then I came back now and I'm like, oh my god, this team does not match the meta at all anymore. I was just like, and it's guys, I don't play the team anymore, which is too bad because I like the team.
I'm just throw them in some random box tournament then and see what happens.
Well, to be fair, I don't really enjoy the box at all right now, so I haven't been playing it.
Oh, throw the 1 die. Do it. Throw it. You know you want to.
What is he doing?
He's trying to set up some blocks.
Should 1 die the ogre for?
Yes. Now you can move that blitzer next to the ogre. Or... well, I was envisioning above the ogre, but it works too.
No, he's doing 1 or 2 squares of turn, that's it.
Yeah, didn't reverse field. Not trying to do anything dynamic. I mean, it's slow and steady, but we'll see.
He's playing like dwarves or orcs. This is terrible. Boo! Boo!
Yeah, I prefer a little more variety in my offensive attack. But, I don't know. If he can grind out a few more rats, it's going to work.
Well, I mean, for instance, right now, you could put the rat ogre on the catcher. It's kind of risky, but you could do it.
If he had Juggernaut, he wouldn't have an issue.
Correct.
Here he goes. Well, I think you have to take the POW.
You have to take the POW.
He's thinking about it, though.
Yep. Wow.
Now, I recall we did say he should seek contact. Apparently, our advice is not going well for him.
Right, but he hasn't been. He's been letting the rats set up the contact. Like, I totally agree, but you have to set it up so the rats aren't the one getting all the block.
True. It's probably the biggest key in this game from trying to take your game to the next level, to be the aggressor.
Yep. And I mean, it's something that I've tried to learn a lot as pro elves. I had a game recently with my pro elves where the wood elf team I was playing against blocked me 72 times. And I mean, if you ever play a game with wood elves blocking other elves 72 times,
something's wrong.
But that was what the game was. Like, it turned into you have to be aggressive with your blocks. You have to be going into base contact. Like, it was ridiculous.
Well, how many did you throw?
37 or something?
It's not quite the same number.
No, that's my point. But it was mostly me choosing to accept that I was going to get hit. It was because I had advantage.
Did you win at least?
I drew. I was losing 2-0 at half because the dice were really brutal in the first half, and then the second half really came back to me.
Fair enough.
But it's really hard to do that and sort of go, like, what did I just do? I had games where, chaos against pro elves only got like 20 blocks.
Right. Now, for example, obviously pro elves and high elves are a little different, but if you ever watched Stim in the NBFL, he runs pretty bashy-ish high elves, and he'll have games where he outblocks people with high elves.
Oh, I've seen it. I played against Jackass Rampant in my freaking Orange Bowl with my freaking undead.
Yeah. I don't know how his team is doing it. He doesn't have, like... I don't know. He does it well.
He also gets the dice when he needs it, and it's just absurd.
That definitely helps. That definitely helps.
I agree with Waagh in this case. I think the Rats are going to steal the ball very shortly.
Who's going to steal it, though? That's a strength 4 carrier with blodge. I mean, he's got no tackle, no wrestle.
I don't know. I think it's going to be something like the Rat Ogre will be next to him and he'll dodge and fail.
Maybe. Looks like he's trying to reverse field a little bit.
I think a reversal would have been good. He's got the speed that it would have worked, but...
Yeah, you could have reversed a bit. You still moved enough guys to get a 2-die on the Rat Ogre with your block lineman.
Could blitz the Rat Ogre with the ball carrier right now.
Don't do it. Don't do it. I told you not to do it.
He did it.
What is he going for, though?
Yeah, I got the reroll. What the heck is that? I have no idea what he's doing. Like, no idea.
I mean, he's relatively safe on the backside. There's no way you throw that foul. If you throw that foul, that Lino's getting surfed, the blitzers are getting taken down.
I'd be tempted to blitz with the Rat Ogre into the ball carrier. I know it's a terrible idea, but I'd be really tempted.
You mean like dodge away and then hit them from the back, or like go through the... Oh. There was actually a play last night where I really considered doing just the 5+ dodge with the Saurus to try to hit the ball, but I decided to get 3 skinks there instead. I was like, a 5+ with the reroll versus a couple 3s and a 2.
Yeah, and I mean, it's a hard call, but usually it's safer to leave the Saurus standing.
Yeah, and Lord knows I don't do math in this game. You just play by feel, you know?
No, math everything. Math. Statistics. I throw statistics in your general direction.
Okay. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, you leave that guy right there. You move the gutter.
Why?
Oh, he's doing what you wanted. Plus, he could surf.
Yes. No, he can't surf.
He can surf the lineup.
Oh, because he pushed. Oh my god.
Oh, he has sidestep. Aww. I guess you go north? I would counter surf, but he has stand firm too, so.
And this is a place where the stand firm makes sense.
He lives.
Oh, the double push both times. Wow.
Imagine if he didn't have sidestep though. He would have surfed the lineup, pushed the catcher right there, then surfed the catcher. That would have been amazing.
Yep, absolutely. That catcher's really good.
Fortunate to be alive still, but yes, also pretty good. Let me check what year he is, because I can imagine a few NBFL teams would want to get their hands on him. Let's see, 19 games, so he's a junior.
Kidding. I would love to have him.
Any thoughts on your draft so far with your Lizards?
Done my draft, and I mean, I'm happy with it. I probably should have traded my Crocs for 2 basic Saurus, but whatever.
I mean, that is a good Croxagore, to be fair.
Well, exactly. I mean, I'm going for what can I not get? What gives me long term?
Right. That's a big KO on really the only threatening rat.
Yeah, now I think the humans might score. But it's still a might.
I would be more aggressive. I would have moved the catcher up to assist the ogre with a 3-die, and then you can follow up and get a 2-die on the rat above him. But we'll see what happens. Wait, you can't just change your mind like that.
No, I think they have a chance, and I think that the rats won't steal anymore. So I'm clarifying what I meant. So what I meant is they have a chance to score. I still don't think they'll successfully score, but I don't think the rats will steal.
Okay. I'll hold you to that. First off, I think I would have placed him just in between the rats. Second off, I would have preferred not to roll double skulls.
Well, and he keeps wasting the ogre block. I mean, in this case, it turned out that was really helpful, but I don't know. If you got an ogre, use the darn thing.
Yeah, that's one thing about TCU. It's like sometimes they use the rat ogre a lot, and sometimes they didn't. I mean, he also had that storm vermin that was like horns, claw, mighty blow, tackle, and that's the guy that did me in the championship game. But I was like, you got this amazing rat ogre, just use him every turn.
Nah, I still wouldn't.
Well, you don't play corn like I do and have a bloodthirster.
That is fair. That is fair.
I'm excited for this season. I think my team's going to be much better. The real question is whether I am much better with them.
See, I've never played NBFL, so I have no idea what I'm really getting into. Like, I have a glimpse because of high TV ranked, but
Right.
even then, I'm not.
Yeah, the NBFL, there are no recovery games. Absolutely not. Waagh, you may be right. You may be right. But as long as I take Arcane with me, that's what matters.
I'm playing Lizards, and I have 3 teams with Claw in my division.
Yeah, that didn't go well for you.
Yeah, but whatever. And I mean, strictly, I had 3 choices, right? I would play Chaos Chosen, I would have played Pro Elves, or I would have played Lizards. It was a hard choice. No, Chaos Chosen were free, of course, but I'm just saying, like, it was...
Right. I'm not sure it's wise to be fouling when you're already down players on the field. I mean, sure, you could take this blitzer out, and you do. But if it fails and your guy gets tossed, I mean...
But more importantly, now the catcher can get in and score.
That is true.
I think that was a mistake. Assuming Pedal Warfare takes it, I think Pedal Warfare can actually score on that. I didn't expect TCU to make that mistake.
I don't think you have to stall it. You do have the numbers advantage, assuming TCU's KO rolls don't, go favorably.
The point is, I think he can stall it. He just moves one alignment out of the way, blitzes through with the ball carrier, and brings the other lineman and the blitzer up to cover him.
That's assuming you take down the blitzer.
Yes, that's true.
Because if you don't, you still can't get through there.
Which is true.
But as long as you're at least square 10, you're good. Square 9's better, and square 8's better than that, and square 7's probably the most preferable. In case you have to go sideways.
I don't know. I don't like what TCU did there. I think they've left themselves with the... Like, I think this is the first time they've left a gap.
Oh god, he's blitzing with the ogre. Oh god, he...
That was awesome. I have no idea what just happened, but that was awesome.
Okay, so we get the best of all worlds. A, he's stalling. B, there was a surf. C, there was the first move of the turn. Ogre break tackle into 2 tackle zones.
That was amazing. I don't even, like, my
I
God.
never considered that remotely. I don't take break tackle off on unbigs anymore, but damn.
Wow. I can't talk.
Now, to be fair, the ball was still, like, relatively secure if he failed that. Also, I'd probably put the catcher 1 square back. You're gonna have to GFI with... Yeah. That's fine. Don't do it again. He's strength 4. It's fine.
Well, he didn't even need to do the first one. He's strength 4. Right? If you're gonna do the first one, you have to do the second one. Because it was a -2 die block either way.
That's true. I would mark those 2 linemen and the gutter right under the C. Forces at least 1 block. I mean, that's not a bad spot either.
I don't know why he's doing that. What? What is happening?
Do not use the reroll. You may... Thank you. I'd say it's a bad block. I mean, it doesn't really gain either person anything. That guy's not going to make a difference in the play.
Could have lost. And risking a thrower for that? No.
Yeah. I mean, I've never been one to throw a lot of end of turn 1 dies or just 1 dies in general. But I don't see too much negative from that.
Whoever said that the humans were going to score, and I don't know who said that because it obviously wasn't me, You were correct. I just have no idea how we got here.
Carefully.
No, that was not careful at all. That was
I guess the question is, does Freshman risk his AG5 guy on some, like, -3 die, triple POW hope?
No, I think you run like crazy and you try for the 1-turn touchdown.
That's fair. I'm not sure you can have the numbers to do it, but you do have a sidestepper question mark? Yep.
No, he's going to go crazy blitzing.
I mean, I'm trying to look for, like, you can't really surf anything.
I mean, he may not have the numbers, but he's got 6 KOs. Some of them are coming back.
Yeah.
See, if it wasn't for the fact the Ogre has guard, I would consider doing a -2 die on the catcher and just putting like 3 guys in base with the catcher. But
he's definitely thinking about it, Waagh. I mean, yeah, if you're gonna risk somebody, I guess risk the, just random ass rat lineman. Also, the ball has sidestep, so I don't know what you're gonna gain from this.
yeah, I'm really not sure. The ball having sidestep is huge.
For the second time today. I mean, even if he doesn't have sidestep, you're only pushing him to the sideline. You can't really follow up on it.
No. Push the other catcher. Then you can put 2 people in base with the ball carrier. You might be able to force a dodge.
True. I'm not sure you want to risk your gutter runners without sidestep in that corner. I think one of them does, but...
yeah, it's fair.
I think you just concede the score. I mean, you could try that, but...
Right, but you can at least throw a bunch of linemen over there and hope that Pedal Warfare makes a mistake and tries to block.
He's really thinking.
I really wish that we had a spectator sound for the, oh my god, that show with the thing. And wow, that thought didn't come out helpful at all. You know,
we used to have crickets.
The game show.
The Jeopardy, the Jeopardy one, right?
Yes, I want the Jeopardy sound.
Yeah. And of course, we used to have the /hurt command where it's like, oh, that's gotta hurt. That was great. That may have been LRB4 client. But yeah.
I don't know if you can throw a bunch of people in here. Like, you can at least make a Pedal Warfare have to do block.
Yeah. I almost consider trying to dodge the gutter runner left of the first catcher on, like, basically your gutter would be in the end zone.
Yep, I agree.
Now that is like literally like a death flag, but oh.
Yeah, just stay right there. I might have tried to bring one more guy over. Risk the failed dodge on whatever my rat is.
Yeah, that guy has sidestep, so...
Yeah, sidestep... Oh, you can't use sidestep though.
Do you go... I think you have to go down, right? Just to cover?
If you go down, then the catcher blocks you, and... Well, yeah, okay, that works.
Yeah, you go down, and then you 2-die the lineup with the blitzer, and then you just walk in. And there you go.
Yep.
Now, I am very tempted to break tackle here and surf that guy because he is the do not. Well, I mean, it's a relatively safe block.
Oh, I don't know.
I wouldn't throw it, but it works out.
That's huge for the one turn.
Indeed.
Oh, but the Apo. Good call.
Probably a good call. Let's see. He gets, what, 4 of the 6 KOs back? That's not
4 of the
bad.
6.
So he's got at least 11. He's still got the sidestepper. He's got
But
his
he doesn't have the
AG5.
frenzy.
That's true. He does have his AG5 thrower.
So way harder to do the 2 pushes needed.
But movement 9 plus sidestep, I mean, you only need just 2 pushes.
You only need 2 pushes, but if with the frenzy, you can make that like really easily.
Yeah.
Especially because you want 3 die things to get pushes and not knock people over.
Right. Let's see what Pedal does for defense. He's already got the ogre there, which is good.
The heck is he doing?
Yeah, I'm not sure about these. I mean, there's different ways to do it. I always want a back line and then 3 on the line and probably put wings on them.
I don't know about a back line against the AG5 though. I'd probably do more of the wings and try and stop the whole thing up front.
Maybe. I just like trying to force as many rolls as possible.
Well, right, but with the amount of Mighty Blow and everything, you may as well just put everything up front.
I mean, yes, AG5 is like the great neutralizer, and you have, what, 1 tackler, so you can't really cover the back with tackle and diving tackle and stuff. So yeah, a frontal defense may be the way to go. I think the bottom setup is okay. I'm not sure about the middle and the top.
Yeah, why is he wasting time on the top? Like the only thing he can be doing is the riot?
Yeah, I mean, he's preparing for the riot. Because if you do kind of invest everything in winging your formation, he just goes right around it up top.
But I don't know. This is... With sidestep, this just goes straight through.
It's still workable. You blitz the blitzer southwest and then start pushing from the bottom.
Yep. Although he might not have guard.
Yeah, I'm not sure he has any guard to pull this off easily.
Yeah, that's very true. I hadn't thought about the fact. Although, humans do not put their guard to cover that blitz, so you can still get a 2 die, so this is probably still going to be possible. If he'd done the guard, he might have been okay, but he put the guard on. Swap that Lino and the guard that are in the middle above the defense.
Yeah, it's not a bad call.
Robert and Chris.
Oh, I just realized the blitzer has stand firm right there.
Yeah. God, you might have to push the ogre.
I still think you can just dodge into the humans and -2 die the Lino, but it's obviously not ideal.
What about just knocking down the blitzer first and then blitz the Lino?
Certainly plausible. I don't have enough experience using some players on the line to do something like that. Because normally I just, have them set up for the chain pushes.
Yeah, this is, I don't know. He might actually not be able to do this. I forgot about the stand firm. That stand firm is ridiculous.
Yeah, we're both like, not sure on strength 3 guys, but it's working. Also, I think the gutter runners are in the wrong spot, unless he's going a different direction than I'm thinking of.
Unless he's forgotten the stand firm as well.
I mean, I forgot it because I wasn't looking at close enough, but he has them marked. At least I would assume so.
Yeah, but I mean, that's the kind of thing you might forget. If you forgot the sidestep, you might have forgot to stand firm.
Stand firm, he bliss. Yeah, I mean, it's a good skill to have, but are you really taking over Mighty Blow, Tackle, or Guard?
Exactly. Like, I'm used to not having stand firm until you've got at least 2 other skills.
Right. I mean, it is heckin' useful, so you could diversify your blitzers, but... Okay, so what do we have here? The sidestep is on line 4 instead of the guy you're... I think the sidestep's the way to go for the 1 turn. I know AG5 is... No, AG5, but... I mean, you already have an AG5 thrower back there. You don't need another player back there.
Oh, I did go for it.
Yeah. I mean, you technically could still keep going if you squirm somebody behind the 2 blitzers and in between the blood patch.
How, though? You got nobody can block the right angle.
Well, I'm thinking if you put that guy there and then the guy in between the blitzers and another rat to the right of the rat that just moved, you could chain that top blitzer into the gutter runners, but it's not going to work.
Could work.
I think Freshman had the tools to do this a little differently. You could have used the AG5 to blitz somebody from the back and use the sidestepper to push him for the touchdown, but chose to do it a little different. Didn't work out, so we're going to get a 1-to-1 tie here.
Wait for it. I would still try the dodge with a skillless line rat to see if you could do it. He did not.
Shamelessly farming SPPs and it doesn't work. Alright, so TCU still in the middle of their retool. Ball State, 3rd season, gets a quality tie against a well-known program. We'll see how these 2 teams do the rest of the season.
Yep, that was an unexpected result. Very well done by Pedal Warfare.
Yep. Did we need to do in the second half?
Yes, he did. Break tackle, always. I will remember that.
That was a very unexpected play. Alright. Thank you
Thanks
for joining me, Nelphine. Thank you for paying attention, Waagh, and anybody who watches this video in the future. See you guys next time.
Goodbye.